I'm Jess Henzelova. I'm here representing the Vancouver Cantonese Opera as an organization. Vancouver Cantonese Opera is a nonprofit organization with the intention of preserving, celebrating, and evolving the art form that is Cantonese opera, which is a very traditional art form that comes from southern provinces in China. It was founded by Rosa Cheng in 2000, so it's been around for about 25 years. I got involved with Cantonese opera when I first moved to Vancouver, so I moved here from Toronto, and when I got here, I was standing on a sidewalk in Chinatown during the Lighted Up Chinatown Festival. And they had this event where Rosa sang from a balcony. She was playing the peipa, which is a musical instrument, and she sang from the balcony of the Chinese Benevolent Association. And she screamed out her email address at the end. So I reached out, and Rosa's super nice, and she speaks both languages. And Rosa leads workshops. She's run performances, and she teaches classes on performance technique, which is like, you know, how to hold your hand or how to have stage presence or how to project a certain character on stage, as well as water sleeve, which is what I got connected with, which is these super long sleeves that are used in traditional opera to accentuate movements. It's kind of a prop that's attached to you to tell the story that you're trying to say. And all the costumes have really ornate detailing, really ornate embroidery. And within the embroidery, the images that are depicted also tell a little bit of a story about the role that each person plays in the world and in the opera. And the intention with the way that the embroidery exists on the costume, the entire world, including the land, the sea, and the sky. Only the king used to be able to like wear a dragon, and then the queen was the phoenix. The ones that the Museum of Vancouver has are pieces from the Jinhua Sing troupe. I don't think that troupe exists anymore. Probably why there was this large amount of costumes that it's like, where does all of this go if no one is there to steward them or hold them anymore? And it is a good question. Oftentimes, so much of our history is lost because people just kind of toss it out. And so in a lot of ways, museums can be a place to safeguard these artifacts that don't have a home any longer. There's lots of things that Rosa's been doing, especially since COVID. In 2020, they tried doing Cantonese opera on the cloud, like essentially virtual performances to keep people engaged. That turned into having English subtitles for the duration of these longer form operas, which was super helpful for me. Like personally, when I went to the Cantonese opera for the first time, I was there because I wanted to see the costumes and I wanted to see the story. But because they actually had subtitles, I was able to follow along, which a lot of other troupes don't. Well, I would say just in general, her outreach is what makes her performances accessible, because then not only is she performing every once in a while, if people are curious or if they want to learn, they can like attend a workshop or like attend a talk, and then that helps people understand where Cantonese opera is coming from and why it's having to evolve right now into the fusion operas that she's developing. The Prop Master's Dream, which was the first fusion opera they did, it was about a man who was mixed Indigenous and Chinese, and so they actually did outreach with Indigenous elders and listened to ways of representing and engaging with like Indigenous culture. And then there were scenes where the mother in the play actually did a drum song, which reflected those teachings. A lot of her core audience might have been like, oh, this isn't Cantonese opera. And so then there's this conflict about what people are expecting to see when they see it associated with Cantonese opera. And then Rosa trying to reach out and expand the audience and who can connect and relate to Cantonese opera as an art form. And so there's like a little bit of a struggle, actually, I would say. But overall, I think I've appreciated the intention to try to reach out, because I think that art has to evolve and there's no necessarily authentic version of a single art form. And so it's interesting to see how it is evolving.